Hello everyone, I'm here with the Nexus MP V3, and this is going to be a video regarding the ground balance procedure. There's been some questions about ground balancing a Nexus. It's not as hard as you may think. Nexus includes two potentiometers for ground balance. There's a coarse ground balance potentiometer and a fine ground balance potentiometer. So, starting from scratch, this is what I like to do. I take the fine, let's shut that down a minute, sorry about that. I take the fine ground balance and I set it right in the middle to 5, okay? Somewhere around 5. Now, the coarse ground balance, it's dependent on the frequency of the coils. What I find is everything falls pretty much in between 9 and 10 with my coils. Closer to 9 with the 10 kilohertz and the lower frequency coils, 7, 6, okay? With my higher frequency coils like my Silver Scout and my little Snapping Turtle coil that we call it, it's closer to 10. So I'm just going to throw this out of whack. We start in all metal standard tone, so the VCO tone is off. The reason why I'm using the V3 is there's some machines out there that have these two ground balance potentiometers. The V2 only has a fine ground balance potentiometer, okay? So right now you have a V3 and you have a V3 Plus or something out there that has the coarse and the fine. So let's go through the procedure. This is mineral control. We're not going to bother with that. Mineral control on this machine is off right now. Okay? Minimal discrimination. That shouldn't matter. Our threshold's going to be around 11 o'clock. Just an audible threshold. Okay? We're in standard audio. VCO tone off. And right now we're totally off, right? You're pumping the coil. You see on the upstroke, it gives a tone. I already know that I need to go up around 9 with this coil, okay? So let me just go see how close I can get it. It's still on the upstroke. Just get it in the neighborhood. That sounds like it's quieting down. Now, I'm going to go to the fine ground balance, okay? Let's see if I can balance it with the fine. Here, it's quieting down. Now it's totally quiet. Look at that. I used the fine ground balance for the final adjustment. Now, I like to run my machine with a positive ground balance. It seems to perform better on my ground for high conductive and mid conductive targets. And to do that, I just go up a little bit more. Look at how quiet that is and stable. There we go. See, just a hint of tone on the downstroke. All right, then I can go around the ground. That should be iron. Let's put the VCO tone on. Definitely iron. I'm going to turn on my discrimination to my 10 kilohertz setting. Okay, you hear that? Nice stable machine. This is what we want. So that's how you ground balance the Nexus V3 or any Nexus that has a coarse ground balance potentiometer and a fine ground balance potentiometer. And you'll find sometimes as you go along, your ground mineralization will change and you might have to adjust for that. Leave the coarse where it's at. Only use the fine ground balance, okay? Other things to remember. When you're searching in all metal in standard tone, okay, you can run a higher threshold. You can hear the threshold. I wouldn't run it this high, but we have a speaker on. And you listen for the slight changes for the really deep targets, okay? But when you're in VCO, turn that threshold down if you're going to use VCO with it. Okay? There are other tips in some of my other videos when you're up above raised rocks, you turn up the threshold, etc. But this was mainly about ground balance. I'm going to put it in your heads right now. Start with the coarse ground balance first. Okay? Closer to 9 for the lower frequency coils. Closer to 10 for the high frequency coils. And that's with my ground balance fine potentiometer, the fine ground balance, set at 5. And I go from there, up or down, depending upon what the machine is telling me. The machine tells you everything. Okay? Utilize both. That's my way of doing it. I hope it helps all of you.